Sylvia, how are you? I hope you can take the time to watch this video. I hope you're doing well and everything's fine with you. You may have got the wrong impression about me making videos, and I apologize for that. It's not really as it may seem at first glance, it's just to talk about myself. I'm going to make a video for you. It's actually to try to inspire others, and I've done the opposite with you, to take their own photos and videos about themselves. And I was hoping that I could share my life with you to hopefully reconnect, like when I used to send you videos before, priority mail, but now I can just send them via the internet. And I'm doing it only with the desire to be a friend, nothing romantic. Now, late in life, I'm 70. I hope you're okay. My mom and my dad just turned 90. And my mom is 89. They're both dying, but they're at home. And I went to visit them and took videos of them. That was written to my mother and father. It means more to me now because my mom is 89, my dad's 90, and they're both dying. They're both together in their house, but they both know that they're dying. My dad turned 90. They just celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary. Jerry and Bob, thanks for everything. Love, Sylvia. January 1999. They've been married since high school, and I'm their first and only son. And it may sound funny, but this is my passion. It's the way they say your life flashes in front of you when you die. And I guess this is my way, in a video artistic way, to review my life. This video out. This is very important, so please listen very carefully to set the stage for this video and why I'm here. It says, congratulations, your ticket for Launchpad is confirmed. Get ready for a fun 3 days full of next level capabilities, breakthroughs, and secrets to help you thrive in selling what you know. Tony Robbins and Dean and some incredible guests will guide you through discovering your unique value and superpower, creating your perfect offer, finding and connecting with the people who truly need you. Now, sometimes I might say they might not be family and friends. That's what I'm learning. They may not be your audience. My audience happens to be my Lyft customers who start out as complete strangers, and I pick them up every day. That's how I make a living, but that's who my audience is. Unlocking the confidence to make a true impact in this world, to get ready to be challenged and discover a new way of thinking. then we'll take the uncomfortable action together to achieve the success you deserve. Now, I just did the launch pad, I think a couple weekends ago, and there were 7,000 of us from about 100 countries, and we were what Dean calls the 10%. See, there was 2 million people on Matthew McConaughey's The Art of Living event way back in April 24th, my dad's 90th birthday, 2 million. So we're 7,000 out of 2 million. In other words, a small percentage of people that paid $900 to have 3 full days on Launchpad. So this is part of why I want to share with you. And here's the bottom line. I discovered that some of my friends and family and people may think I'm making videos to talk about myself, but I'm actually making the videos to teach others to take their own photos and videos and document their life so that they can experience the benefits I'm experiencing. See, you can't experience the benefits by watching the videos. You experience the benefit by creating your own. And I do it every day. And I thought maybe you'd be interested in Japan. I just had a Zoom call with my Nichiren Shoshu sponsor, Dean, his staff actually. He didn't personally send this to me, but I went through a thing just a few weeks ago called The Launchpad, which I'm going to share with you, hoping you watch it and it makes a difference. I'm hoping that some of the things I share will speak to your soul, speak to your heart like it has mine. This is Dean's book, The Underdog Advantage. It says, rewrite your future by turning your disadvantages into superpowers. I got this as part of a $900 event with 7,000 other people that were in 100 countries. And I watched that event right here in my apartment. Who's a real sweetheart. She really cares about me. And I was hoping we could still have a lifelong friendship, so I apologize if I pushed you away. I hope and pray you're okay. I don't know, because, you know, we aren't talking. And now I'm so far away, obviously, it isn't that you can come over for a visit in my apartment, or you can't come and see America. I'm really blessed that I had a chance to actually come to your world, meet your mother, your father, Sabini, Livia, and Tomas, and especially when you were so young and they were teenagers. Now I think Sabini's 42 and they're all grown up, and you're 62 going on 63. It's amazing how fast a lifetime can go by. Now Wayne Dyer said, how are you going to treat your life if your life's a yardstick and you're down to your last critical inch? In a way, this is my critical inch. I don't know how long that critical inch is going to last. And my dad, who I loved very, very much, is truly down to his last critical inch. But I'm 70 and he's 90. When you get older, that gap doesn't seem that big. You know, when I was born, he was 20. When I was 19, he graduated from high school, he was 39. When I was 30, he was 50. When I left Denver, Colorado at age 55, he was 75. When I started driving a truck, I was 55, he was 75. And now he's 90. I hope you can take the time to watch this video. There's a lot I want to share with you, including where I live, how I live, and my most recent discovery and connection with Matthew McConaughey is one of my, I could say mentor, but he's a mentor via viral or the long distance, or through, he's my mentor through Dean's mastermind events, but I still consider him a mentor.
As most of us are taught, or most of us see it, myself included, is result oriented. If then. If I get this, then I will be happy. If I reach this goal, then I will be happy. it's almost like a ta-da moment. If I get enlightened and spiritually, then I will be, namaste, whatever it is. And over in my own life and from other mentors and wise men and women in the world, there's no ta-da moment. There's no hill that you get to the top of and you go, finally I did it. Because what do you see once you get to the top? That 1,000 other hills, or another one that's taller that you're like, oh. So you immediately upgrade your iOS of happiness and you project it into the future again for another hill to climb. So it's a moving target that you're constantly chasing. Now I'm all for the chase and the setting of goals to go reach and the writing of headlines early to tell your story towards that. But what I've noticed is joy is more the verb. Joy is the doing of what we're fashioned to do and enjoying the process of the doing. And if we can get out of our mind that there is a finish line and just enjoy the race and chase ourselves in this race and go, the best we can do is get to the end of this life and say, look back and go, well, I didn't make it to the top, but how many stairs did I ascend? Or how wide did my stairs reach? Or how deep did my roots grow? Just tally it up. Hopefully we're in the black. Hopefully we're in the asset. And if there's life after this, hopefully the prime mover's going, well done.
And he can be your mentor too, if you're interested. So could Dean and Tony. They mentor literally on Matthew's first event. That was on my dad's 90th birthday, April 20th, 24th, 2023. But when I was in the same apartment, I was really depressed because I wasn't with my dad. His event on my dad's 90th birthday was called, oddly enough, The Art of Living. I didn't know about this book. I didn't know about Dean. I wouldn't be mentoring with Matthew, Dean, and Tony if it was not for that event.
So look, I've had a lot of my male friends, dudes, say like, nah, I don't want to journal, man. No, dudes don't journal. Yeah, we do. I'll tell you why. Any you dudes out there work daily to be better men, have places you want to go, things you want to achieve in life, be better fathers, be better friends, be better at our career. Write them down. We have them in our head, but when we write them down, we all of a sudden become objectively aware of what we're trying to achieve and what we're chasing. Write them down. It's like a personal contract with ourselves that we can look at or not look at to keep us on track to go where we want to go. So there you go, dudes. Get yourself a journal and pull the pen out.
This is Matthew, Dean, and the rest of the gang that I'm a part of. Matthew's The Art of Living event was on the same exact day as my dad's 90th birthday, April 24th, 2023, and I was not here in my folks' house or Arizona City. I was actually in Denver, Colorado at my Mercantile Square loft, and I recorded it, and I have it forever. So, here we go. It says here, this is the advantage people don't realize they need until they have it. But there's truly nothing more powerful than being surrounded by people with the right mindset and an attitude geared towards success. If I didn't see the video that I could share with you, it's only 42 seconds long. If I didn't see that video, I wouldn't be talking about them. And probably I wouldn't be able to get the value and get their mentoring to help me through a very difficult time. So Matthew is one of my mentors. That's why I wanted to share this video, not to talk about myself, but to share some things that potentially might make a difference in your life too, as it's done for me. Tony Robbins and Dean, especially Dean. Dean is my mentor. And the only reason I know about him is because of Matthew McConaughey. I saw a 40-second video that I could share with you. If I didn't see that video, I wouldn't have gone to the Art of Living. If I hadn't gone to the Art of Living that I watched right here in my living room, I wouldn't be mentoring with him. Just getting set up here at Starbucks. Doesn't seem like there's anybody here. Sometimes Jim's sitting here, but it looks like I might be the only one here. So I'm gonna get my coffee and sit down and make my video. Oddly enough, Dean lives in the same city where I was based with Night Transportation, only an hour drive from my mom and dad. There's a lot of beautiful, wonderful things happening, but at the same time, I'm going through a lot of depression, sadness, heartache, and I'm battling through it. Back from Starbucks. This is the Platte River. Gotta be careful not to drop my $1,300 iPhone. But this is about a 10-minute walk from where I live. My Lyft customers that live here in Denver would know exactly where this is. Right by Elitch Gardens, down the Platte River from Empower Field. And then this is Cummins Park. And there you can see there's a lot of people that live here. One thing I noticed, dude, I noticed too, there's the demographics here, dude, is lots of people in their 20s and 30s, man. And there's lots of dogs here too, dude. I know this seems like a dog-friendly community, man. There's lots of bike paths too. I know there's bike paths, there's pedestrian paths. I think it's a better quality of life, dude. I know it seems like a better quality of life, dude. Let's go back to our regular program. It says my videos are all over the place, but I'm just trying to give you kind of a 35,000 foot view of who I am and my history. You can see this is when I was at the North Las Vegas yard, and you can see my night badge here. And this is Elsie. She's not my girlfriend, but she was I love her to death. She's an awesome lady. I met her at the night terminal, and I had a funny feeling, a good feeling about her, so I went and started talking to her. I found out she wasn't married, but I found out that she and her husband lived in Japan for 6 years, and all her children were actually born in Japan. And Mike and I did a Zoom call. She's actually on my channel. She's totally awesome. And we have a 1 hour Zoom call meeting with her. And this was taken in not the night Phoenix yard, but we happened to bump into each other in the North Las Vegas yard. We had terminals all over. Night Transportation was and still is the largest fleet in North America, Night Swift. We had terminals where I was based in Phoenix. We had them in Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Portland, El Paso, Dallas, Houston. We had terminals all over the country, and we could do all 48 states. And when I met LC, she was going to Colorado, and she actually left right in front of me as I was leaving the terminal. She was right in front of me, and she was driving a Volvo truck. 1 minute, 40 seconds. Send this to. Every time I see a photograph, forgive me, it just brings back memories. I'll never drive a truck again. I probably will never see LC again. So I'll forever miss her. And it's one of the sad things when I lost my job. I not only lost my job, I lost the ability to drive, and I'll never probably see LC again. And I miss a lot of the people I met. I was with Night Transportation 9 years and 4 months. I drove 750,000 miles. I made them over $1 million. And I'll forever treasure my truck driving days. But I'm so glad I got pictures that I could share with you. So I can talk over this, but I can also maybe add a Matthew McConaughey film clip where he's talking about truck driving and road trips. We'll have to play that
today.
one.
What decision could you make today that would move you forward? What could you do right now today? Hey, one thing, get Matthew's course. Please do. I mean, I don't care. It's not going to change my life economically, but it'll change your life completely. He's put his heart and soul into this thing. And how cool to be able to have Matthew coaching you one-on-one in your home, on your TV, or on your laptop or your iPad, 24/7, 365, whenever you want it. He'll take you on a journey you're going to love. I'm going through it right now. I think it's spectacular. I'm always absorbent, but this is a whole nother level. That's why I want to share it with you.
A couple weeks ago, and this is something I wanted to share with you, I went through a thing called launch. Here's what I do, Billy, is I'll take stuff like the photo of my dad and mom in the car, and I'll blend it with this.
Yeah.
And that's why I call it video collage. I take multiple things and blend them together so it kind of...
Yeah, because I even got one I made for me of them up on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, them in the truck. That one's back when I was 50. But that's...
Oh, there we go, Bob and Jerry. Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. Do you know when I saw this for the first time, I thought they had bought this because it.
She says, Billy, we've had more fun putting that on our Facebook, and the grandkids are saying WTF, Grandma. You know, like what that was.
That was written to my mother and father. It means more to me now because my mom is 89, my dad's 90, and they're both dying. They're both together in their house, but they both know that they're dying. My dad turned 90. They just celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary. Jerry and Bob, thanks for everything. Love, Sylvia. January 1999. And because this was in front of the Arizona City House,
Yeah.
and you know, and my mom and
You
dad.
never put nothing past them. You never know if they did buy
Yeah,
something.
no, seriously. So I honestly thought that they had bought this, and then it was cool. I do remember the time you actually pulled up with this,
Oh, yeah.
and boy, that's something else. You'll never get rid of this. Huh?
No, they probably have to bury me on it. I built that back in '98 for $125. I bought it for, and probably don't even have 10,000 in it. So,
Wow.
You know,
You bought it. You bought this in its original condition for $125. On this 4-minute video, I'm going to do two things. Number one, I'm walking from Whole Foods to my loft, and I'm going to be talking about something else as I'm walking through the station. Union Station on the west side faces Whole Foods, and I can show you on my Apple Maps when I get back to my place exactly where I'm walking. In fact, let me show you real quick. This is my friend Gentry. I just shot this literally this morning. It's October 25th, 2023. My challenge is I love doing these videos. I don't make a dime. And I'll try to explain this later, but it's sad. I love doing this more than anything else, but I have to pay the bills with my Lyft business. I'll talk more about the struggle I'm having and why. But this Gentry, I just shot this morning, literally this morning. He's one of my best new friends here in Denver, Colorado.
How's everybody doing on a hump day, huh? Are you ready to get over the hump? We gotta get over the hump. This song is called Sunny.
road trips than I've learned just about anywhere else in life. It's like a classroom. It's like an office. It's a place where my memory catches up with me. It's a place where I get far enough away from my past that I'm not worried about it. And something about that makes me not even worry about my damn future, and I can be present. And then all of a sudden my past and the future all makes hell more sense.
Do not know I'm coming. I've tried to contact them. I haven't so I'm going to be driving up to their place, and it's going to be a complete surprise. See Arizona City right there. Now this is Arizona City. It has a couple liquor stores, a small market, but this is the main drag of Arizona City. There's a fire department, and this is it. And you go a mile. This is cool for me because I've been showing this on Apple Maps, and now I'm really here. The other thing is, this car's paid for, but CarMax screwed up and sent my title with one letter wrong on the address, so I never got my title. I've been wanting to come out here and talk to the DMV and try to get my title for this car because it's paid off. I'm hoping to get that taken care of. Now, I haven't been back here now since last April. So it's 1 mile to a street called Ellsdorf, and then make a right, then go up 8 blocks, make a right. And now here's another thing. There's a house that was built on the lot next to where my house is, or my parents' house, whatever you want to call it. And there was nothing there before. And my mom, when I have in fact, I could show you on the computer, I have a Google July last summer photo of the house, but they were breaking ground. My mom said the house is being built. So this is going to be new for me to drive up and see the house next to the house I called home. And it's completed, and I guess an elderly couple lives there. And now that I'm here too, what's cool is I can physically drive and show you my parents' first house and my dad's art cave instead of pictures. Now Ellsdorf is coming up here on the right. This is kind of cool. I just drove 15 hours to get here, and I just talked to my friend Sophia. I haven't talked to in a long time. Yesterday in Denver. Literally, I was just talking to her yesterday morning. Actually doing it this way where I'm hopping around and showing you more things. I'm showing you my apartment, October 21st, 2023. I moved in here August of 2022. It didn't have anything in here. Charles, the maintenance man, gave me this couch. And this is a Denver mattress. It's actually off the floor because one of my neighbors helped me move this from my bedroom, which is on the other side of this wall, because I wanted to free up my bedroom so I can have a dedicated office and video editing studio. I love this mattress, and I also find it's kind of cool to have this because at night I can watch TV. And this is a poster Sylvia actually gave me. I have the original tube, and I'm gonna frame this. My Brazilian ex-girlfriend gave me this, and I've kept a lot of the things that she gave me. This is actually São Paulo Paulista Boulevard, and I actually drove with Sylvia down this boulevard in the car. Also, the very first movie that we saw in December 1998 was Meet Joe Black, right on this street, I believe. And she said, get in your car and just drive out there, because my dad told me that it's now Sunday. There's actually a street in Encinitas by Moonlight Beach when I was car camping. That's called Sylvia Street. So that's why I took this picture. It's the same name as my ex-Brazilian girlfriend in Encinitas, California, Sylvia Street. This is Swami's Beach. I love it. I love this. I will always love Encinitas, but it's about 900 miles away now. I'm just gonna do stuff really fast to show you, give you a sense of all the photos here. And I can talk over this, or I can add music, or I can do both. So I can talk, and this is actually a good one right here, the driving to Tokyo logo. I saw it flash by. This is Brian and Sandy, dear friends of mine that were, again, trucking theme, right? Driving to Tokyo has a lot of, I'm glad I took all these photos. I didn't know I was gonna be losing my job if I assumed I was gonna drive till 75 and I didn't have these photos. Now, Brian and Sandy, I love them more than you can possibly imagine. They're having their first baby in December. Unfortunately, I don't see them as much because I'm not driving, but they're some of my best friends. and they're the most wonderful couple. They are my avatar couple. They've been all over the world. Sandy fell in love with Brian from watching his videos. And she watched his videos for 2 years, and they finally got together. It was love at first sight. I almost started crying. That I haven't met a couple who are more in love than they are. They got married outside Las Vegas. They're just an awesome couple. They helicoptered themselves to a mountain with some friends and got married on top of a mountain. Okay, here's my logo. Driving to Tokyo, high performance team, taking you places you've never been before. I'm hoping everything's okay, because my dad just told me on Tuesday that he was dying and he didn't think he was going to make it the rest of the week. So that's one of the reasons I got my car and drove out here. So this is my Ellsdorf Street. So I'm literally, I don't know who's going to be at my house with my folks, my sister Kathy and her boyfriend, or Janet and Roger, or nobody, I don't know, or a nurse. I'm just literally driving up to Capistrano right now to see my mom and dad. They don't know I'm coming. I've been talking to them all week. I originally had a flight booked on Thursday, and I was gonna fly out and spend Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's now Sunday, but I talked to my mom and I canceled the flight. She said, why don't you just drive out? And so that's why I'm driving out right now.
Road trips are so good for us in the head and the heart and the spirit. And I'm ready to take one. Again, how about you? You wanna take a road trip? I'll take my road trip. You take your road trip. And if you can't take a little road trip right now, what about a road trip you've taken in the past? Share some memories, some photos, some videos of road trips in your past where you crossed some things that turned you on, that you got an appetite for, maybe an indigestion for. The memory caught up with you, where you got inspired, where maybe something happened to you on the road trip where you changed
So you're
for
not
the
in the
better.
dark. This is my wonderful state, Colorado. Just got to show you some of the outdoors outside of Denver, Colorado, which is the state capital, 5,280 feet above sea level. There's 53 14,000-foot peaks here in Colorado, and this is where I live, folks.
Share your favorite photos and videos with me on social media, and I'll share them with you. At Officially McConaughey, hashtag Highway to More, because that's the point of this whole gig. When we take a road trip, it's not just like we're going nowhere. We're going somewhere. Hopefully trying to get more out of where we're going and be more of ourselves when we get back.
It's about discovering what your gift is. And oddly enough, I believe my gift is the very thing that may have pushed you away, was to teach people how to make videos about their life, to accompany handwritten journals that Tony and Dean and Matthew believe in.
This, you could put it in the chat. Who has something that when you do it, you lose track of time? Some of you might like skiing, some of you reading.
I'm right at 30 minutes, dude. Zumba, 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 zumba. 7 seconds, zumba, zumba, zumba. Here we go. 30 minutes. Push this, and it goes right to recent video. There we go.
Some of you meditating. Maybe spending time with your children, or a parent, or a loved one, or a spouse.
Mastermind group, dude. What you should do, we'll push the stop button. This will go into the iMovie, recent video. We'll chop it up, maybe do a 5-minute version. We just say funk it. We'll just put it on the mastermind group because we got to introduce ourselves for the other people, dude. I think we ought to do that. I'm with that. Is that it? Yeah, we're down to 26 minutes. We got 4 minutes of our 30-minute mirror work, dude. What do you want to say in the last 4 minutes? I don't know. I will say this. I'm just doing a fake freeze. Yeah, this is one thing I kind of figured out. You do a freak freeze. I call it my freak freeze. You know, you pretend that you're freezed up. You know, like you ever have something. You just do. You know, you just there's a bad internet connection. You're getting really weird, dude. Are we gonna get back on track with this video? I mean, I don't even know where you left off on this video, dude. Maybe we just put this last few minutes in, we just kind of put it in there, and no one know what the fuck is on this. You know, Chicago said my videos are all over the place, and I got to be more specific. And no one's gonna watch an hour-long video. I think she might have a good point there, dude. And I think you haven't even got into speaking your Japanese. You know, all your Lyft customers ask you when you get in Japan, hi, hi, we got 2 more minutes. We'll just do some fake Japanese for 2 more minutes, and we'll close this out. Push this button right here. It just goes right in the recent videos, and we have it there. As long as we don't max out the 1 terabyte, we can use this later on, dude. And this is our modern mirror work. That's what we're doing right now. Modern mirror work with Dean. If you don't want to be weird, don't mentor with Dean and Tony Robbins and Matthew McConaughey, because they're going to make you weird. If you're not weird already, they will make you weird. I know Matthew's a little weird too. He's a happening dude, but do you know what, dude? It's different between him and you. He gets paid about $10 to $20 million a motion picture, so he can do a motion picture and just go disappear out in the middle of nowhere and just journal. You know? He can do his Lincoln commercials, make some money. He can go fly to Phoenix, hang out with Dean, you know, do his journal stuff. You know, he's a happening dude, man. He is a happening dude. Okay, we got 45 more seconds, dude. I think we just end it right now. Zip. Hi.
You know, think about this. Maybe it's skiing. I just took up skiing last year for the first time ever with my 14-year-old son, and I'm figuring it out. But man, it's pretty cool because you can't use your phone. I'm so damn busy. I can't use my phone, and I'm just up on the lift with my son. So we have this amazing conversation, and then we ski down. And when you're skiing, especially when you're a new skier, I can't think of anything else except skiing. It's kind of a form of meditation because there's nothing else. I'm just afraid. I just do not want to fall. But it's kind of it's tiring. It's freezing. Last time I went, I was so cold. I thought I was dying on the lift, like just so cold. But it was still joyful and blissful. How about being a parent? Those that have older ones, can you remember the younger years? Not that it gets easier. I don't know what's tougher right now, my 8-month-old or 7-month-old crying at night, or watching my 16-year-old daughter drive out of the driveway in her car and said, I'll be back in 5 hours. I don't know which one's tougher because they're both difficult in their own way. Steve, I see you shaking your head, right? You know what I'm talking about. Being a parent, you get exhausted, you're sleep deprived, you stress, you worry. But isn't it the most joyful thing in the world in those moments? As a parent, what we don't see is like all the stuff that's hard, and there's a moment where you look down and your child smiles at you or says thank you or comes over and gives you a hug when you didn't ask for it. Oh, all the other crap goes out the window, doesn't it? Isn't that joyful? So I think the reason I'm saying that is, and I would love, what in your life brings you joy? And I know you guys are doing being with old friends I haven't seen in a while. Oh, isn't that amazing? I still worry about it. Yeah, I still worry about my 41-year-old son. Thank you for that. I get to future pace where I'm going, right? My kids, reading, writing, feeling deep joy from 32-year-old son, acknowledging our journey together. God, I could put tears in my eyes. Dogs, helping others, seeing a hummingbird. Can we just keep writing them? And I'm going to read more of them. You can play that music. Really think about some of the things people are writing and let yourself go back to a moment. Some of them might mean nothing to you. Flowers might not mean anything to you, but they do to Carrie. Artwork to Annette. The night sky to Annette. And Courtney. The night sky to Courtney. Drawing. Danielle loves drawing. Music takes me away. Oh, Lori, that's my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter. She gets into music and I could just see she disappears into just bliss. Volunteering. Counting everything to be grateful for. Petting kittens. That might be the best one I've seen today. If you're not joyful petting kittens, I don't know what it is. Motorcycle rides, inspirational classes, right? My stepchildren tell me how much I mean to them. Oh, that fills my heart. Conversations with a friend, playing with my son, hugs with my boyfriend, a good run, even a bad run. That's a good one, Trisha. I like that. Being with friends. Just sitting on a swing. I can visualize just sitting on a swing, can't you? Mary, I see it on your face, right? Could you visualize just sitting on a swing with a breeze? Like, that could be joyful. Yard work, fishing. Fly fishing is one. I need to do more of it. It brings me joy. Sitting at the ocean. Singing loud in the car with the windows down. Sitting by the water. Hanging out with someone you care about. Finding and falling in love with my soulmate. Stepchildren. Commit, comment, hit my heart, right? Yeah, mine too. Boat ride. Think about those joyful moments. Now, I want you talked about these things. Now what I'd love for you to do, and I'm just going to take this where my heart's telling me to go today. I would love for you to think about a moment in your life where you felt deep joy, where you were doing those things. Now you said, I like kayaking and swimming and walks in nature. And let's take Dave Russell. He said, walking in nature. Dave, I would love, and everybody, you keep playing that music. I like that music. That was kind of cool. Kind of joyful music. Time in nature. Can you think of the time or a time you were in nature? Barbara, I see you shaking your head. Think of the thing that's joyful to you, but can you remember the moment or one moment where you were worshiping? You were walking in nature. You were staging houses. You were swimming. You were sailing. Long drives, trips. I lost it. Whoever said the long drive trip. What was the trip that you remember feeling joy? Can you put yourself there for a minute? Who were you with? Who was in the car? Florence, I see you with your eyes closed. Keep going. Didn't mean to call you out. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but I love that, right? Isn't it cool to remember these moments of joy? And what did it feel like? What was the temperature? What were people saying? Were you laughing? Were you joking? Were you alone? Were you meditating? You were in Italy on your honeymoon. You were exploring Ireland. Who were you with? Write it down. Write it down not only in the chat, but try to write it down in front of you and remember that moment because, God damn it, we sometimes go 6 months or a year and we forget what it's like to really feel joy, to really feel alive, to feel... And as we think about this moment and you're writing them down, Hawaii with my dad, that's amazing. With my family at the beach on a vacation. And Courtney, what beach were you on? What was the vacation? What did it feel like? What did it smell like? And what were some of the things that made it joyful? Like, we did week 1 about this 7 levels deep. We're kind of going deeper on it. Like, ocean. Oh, it was the vacation with my family at the ocean. Well, what ocean? And what were you guys talking about? And what did you do? What was the temperature? Were you solving problems for your family, or were they solving yours? Were you helping people? Were you just laughing and joking? Was it light? Was it deep? Did you share something you never did before? You see, the reason I'm talking about this is because we can break down some of the ingredients of our own joy triggers. And we know gratitude brings joy. Can we all agree we know that? But it's sometimes hard to find gratitude. We got to make it a daily practice, but it's hard. I get that. But what are some of the ingredients as you break down this moment? Look at road trip from New Hampshire to New York City with a few girlfriends, just cruising and singing.
I believe if I can live long enough and keep mentoring with Dean, 5 years from now, I could possibly actually be teaching people and talking about the value of making videos. And it's the very thing that may have pushed you away. I just hope you're okay. If you decided to go on with your life and you're okay and happy and don't want me to be a part of it as a friend, what can I do but just let you go on, but I want to make one effort to try to reach out to you. And I love to talk. I love to connect. I like to know if you're okay. I know you were talking about taking care of your parents. I know potentially you've lost your dad. I don't know. But if you have, my heart goes out to you. So it's October 25th. I just had a Zoom call with Amy. And I hope you watch this video. I just put these together. I do it all stream of consciousness. I didn't learn how to do this overnight. It's my passion, but it doesn't pay anything. I have to say, up to now, it hasn't paid anything. It's not monetized. I put more energy into this than anything else I've ever done before, and yet most of my family and friends aren't watching my videos. It's kind of crazy. The people that are getting my videos the most are my Lyft riders that are complete strangers in the car, and I guess the difference is they're with me. They're in the car. We're really talking. They're in Denver. They're not watching it on a video. They're actually experiencing the real me. And maybe that's the missing element. You can't possibly get to know the real me from a distance. There's nothing like the real thing, Sylvia. This is close, but it's not the real thing. Visiting you is the real thing. And I'll always treasure it. And I'll always treasure you and wish you the best. And I hope that someday, some way down the road, we can be friends before time runs out. So I'm gonna make this video for you.
理事生尊13枚安城二期号舎利発勝負知恵人人無料語知恵門難下難入一切正門百死仏小風の地上位者が仏像神言百千万徳無臭小仏人教小仏無料道法有名小人妙小不門上十人人未曾右法随義小説一周難下社寺発語十成仏以来修十因年修十非有効 援言業務手法弁